How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I've had it on my to-do list for quite some time to do a proper how I take care of my skin video. So I actually already started filming but was way too tired to have a conversation about this. So I filmed myself doing my full morning skincare routine, which I'm going to have you watch while I get set up here. Hi, Sasha's here. You have to be right there. Okay. Yes. Anyways, I am going to get the rest of my morning routine together, but basically I want to take you from the moment I wake up to getting ready for the workday. I feel like I've kind of figured out some really helpful hacks for me, for my skin type, for what I need to do to get ready in the morning. But I'm a preschool speech language pathologist. I work in a school district. We get to work early. So I'm up at 5:30. My face is puffy. I don't want to put on makeup, but I also don't want to go to work without makeup. So I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what is the quickest routine that I can have that one takes care of my skin. I'm not putting too much stuff on my skin. Two is minimal. It's gonna be really hot the next month of school too. So I don't want to wear too much because I don't want to feel it on my face. I never really want to. So that's another thing is minimal steps. And three, that, makes me feel confident, makes me feel like I look good for the day. I can walk into a meeting with parents or a staff or anything like that. I'm doing a lot of trainings this year, so I'm definitely gonna want to feel a little bit more confident for those moments where I get a little more anxious or nervous and all those things. So flashback to earlier this morning when I was just waking up for the day, and I'm gonna walk you through that, and then I'll see you back here and we'll get started on our makeup, okay? Sounds good. All right, first things first, I cleanse my face. Literally wake up, get in the restroom, and slather my face in this Osea Sea Algae Cleanser. I actually use this at night too after I do my Primally Pure oil-based cleanser because I like to do the double cleanse, but in the morning I just do this, then go downstairs where I fill a glass bowl with ice and ice water and basically do a cold plunge for my face. There's a lot of reasons why I started doing this, but mainly it helps with depuffing my face so early in the morning. And there's I'll list all the health benefits in the description. But the other day I had a headache and I did this and it started to go away. There's just so many things that it's good for circulation and blood flow, all that. So I've been doing that for about 20 seconds at a time. I'll do it 3 times, usually while I'm brewing tea and stuff in the morning. It's a good wake-up call. It really does help me feel way more awake so early in the morning, especially since I get up that early. It's just really nice to do. Anyways, then we go back to the restroom. I used the Beekman 1802 Goat Milk Toner. I really love this stuff because, one, I've noticed that it's decreased the size of my pores, so that's really nice. And I just feel like it gives me a really good refresh right after the ice plunge. I like to let that sit on my face for at least 30 seconds. Sometimes I'm running low on time, and so I'm just kind of putting these things on one thing after the other. But after this, I do the Dime Vitamin C Brightening Serum. Vitamin C every day has proven to be really good for my skin, so I'm going to keep this going for a while. I have been really loving the Prose Custom Skincare. This is the hyaluronic serum. I don't do this every day anymore, especially in the summer. I'm going to explain why in a little bit, but I'll usually put that on and then my custom moisturizer. But when I'm doing a full face of makeup, I might leave those steps out. Either way, I'm going to gua sha. So I might do those and then gua sha, or do the gua sha after the brightening serum. And I like to take this time to get some deep breathing in and just relax while I am getting that lymphatic drainage happening after the ice plunge. There's a lot of drainage going on. All right, we're gonna get back to present time Marie. All right, see you there. Okay, so I didn't end up deciding to do a full serum moisturizer routine today because I'm learning as I learn. It's kind of funny, as I've learned how to do makeup, since I've been doing some makeup trials and stuff for wedding makeup, because that is a plan of mine to do my own makeup. And what I've learned, especially when it's hot outside and you want your makeup to last all day, is you don't want to use those super slippery moisturizers that serums can pill, which I have experienced before, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Plus, I've been really good about finding, now I'm saying I'm good about all of my products, but like I have a breakout here, here, and here. I think that's because I used a dirty gua sha. So I'm not happy with myself. So make sure you clean your gua shas, y'all, because I didn't clean it a couple times in between and was feeling confident that that was gonna be okay, and it wasn't. I also had cheese in something on accident recently, and that could be it too. But anyways, what I have been doing is being really good about whatever I put on my face, I like it to be skincare. This video, by the way, it's not sponsored. I do also really love Ilia. I've really, for the last year, been using this Super Serum Skin Tint. It does have SPF in it. It also includes niacinamides, which is really good, squalene, and hyaluronic acid. And so having this like is already all of the things I was putting on my face before putting this on. And so I feel like it was too much and it would start to pill. It's essentially a tinted serum, but it has like good coverage. So I've really been liking that. So it's like a one step kind of thing. Another thing from Ilia that I'm actually gonna put on first and foremost is the Base Face Milk. And this is something I picked up because I learned in so many of my tutorials. This is a good lightweight moisturizer that is a little bit more grippy. It doesn't have makeup sliding off your face, but instead it's a little more like sticky, and it really works. I actually wore this every day in Vegas. So instead of doing like all the serums and stuff, I do my Dime serum, which you would have seen me put on, and that's it. I need vitamin C on my face in the morning, so I like to have that ready to go. But I'm just gonna pat this into my face, and it's so moisturizing. That has been a game changer to have. I feel like it's a little glowy, so that's fun. And then I also go right in with the Milk Hydro Grip. I used to like stay away from this one because it was hydro, and I used to use the other one, the more mattifying one, like the pore mattifying one. But I actually think I like this one better because I feel like it's way less weight on my skin. I don't feel it. Like once it's on, I'm like, oh shoot, did I put that on? That's how I feel with these two first steps. I also am gonna sit here and just kind of twiddle my thumbs and sip some coffee while this dries, because you don't wanna put the makeup on too fast. So when I'm like thinking about getting ready in the mornings and making this a quicker process, this is the part where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start to curl my hair. Obviously it's a weekend right now, I didn't say that, but it is a weekend, so I can have time to talk you through this and film this with you. I would actually like get started on another step of everything that didn't involve my skin, so that way I could, you know, be efficient and save some time. But since we don't need to do that, cheers. I'll sip coffee and hang out with Sasha for just a second, and maybe get everything else out that I need. So I use the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint in the shade Bomb Bomb. And in the summertime, I do mix it with a little bit of these De Bronzy Sunshine Drops, just to give it a little bit more like of a bronze tint, because sometimes I'm like, oh, it washes me out a little bit because it matches my skin tone. Summer, and like, I don't know, I want to keep kind of my summer, not that I got like a huge tan this summer, but that summer skin, you know. Also, I was noticing all my little freckles that have popped up because I've been in the sun so much in the last couple weeks, and I love it. I love my freckles. This is not like, I'm not trying to brand this as a makeup tutorial. I just feel like it's turning into one. But essentially, I just quickly press it into my skin. I noticed when I was doing like trials for wedding makeup, obviously you want more coverage for that. I was practicing with my Ilia Skin Tint with like the techniques, so I was doing brushes. Like, gives you such full coverage when you're doing it with a brush, when you pat it on with a brush versus like your fingers. I do like to pat one because it's gentle for your skin. It helps it like press into your skin versus rubbing it and like kind of just putting it on like the surface. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do notice a difference in how it looks. Like, it looks more skin-like this, so I like it to look more skin-like, essentially is what I'm trying to say. So the brush technique is not something I'm gonna do like for my everyday makeup look. If we're going out for dinner and I want it to look a little bit more elevated, or I'm trying to do more like bronzers or contouring and stuff, then okay. Everyday natural makeup is what we're going for. So here's this. Last year I was doing a lot of like full contour and stuff. I'm over it, especially in the summertime. I'm like, I don't need it. What I will do is just a little tiny bit. I'll take this guy. This is my Merit, it's the Contour Bronze Stick, Bronze Balm. It's an in-between, so it's fun because you only do one step. You don't have to do all this blending and stuff. I did buy this expensive makeup brush. I really like it. I understand the hype. The Makeup by Mario F4 Dual whatever. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on just to warm up my face, but I do it very quick, you guys. I probably don't even blend it all out some mornings because I'm just like, okay, just gotta slap it on. So that's kind of how I do it. Just slap it in these areas. I'm just used to which areas I do, but nothing crazy. Like, I don't even feel like you can tell that I have it on, but here's the thing I've noticed. I'll be like in the mornings, like, I didn't put enough on, and I'll put more on, and then I get to work and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm orange. So just a little goes a long way. I know, Sasha. I know. She's giving me the look, the judgmental eyes. She's like, you have no business sharing your makeup strategies. You don't know what you're doing, because it's true. She knows. I don't know what I'm doing. But I thought it'd be good to share, like, this takes me 10 minutes. 5-minute makeup routine for me isn't really logical. I don't know. It doesn't work. I tried. I need the full 10. No. Then we're going to conceal, which I went from using the Tarte Shape Tape a couple years ago, not using that again because it's way too cakey, to then using like the Merit, is it in here? The Merit Minimalistic, which I do have and I do love. That to me is a little bit less coverage than I want right in here to brighten my eyes. So I started using the Ilia. They have kind of a very similar foundation slash concealer stick. I think it's the same thing as the Merit one. But I did pick up this Kosas concealer, which I've actually been really liking because it doesn't, if you don't over blend it and you don't like, you have to be very minimal with it. You don't need a lot, but it doesn't get too crazy cakey and it really stays. The other two don't stay. I have to touch them up. But this one I noticed last week when I was at work with the first day, I was like, oh, it stayed. I'm not even putting that much. It looks like a lot more than it is. And then I'm back to using a sponge. I got out of the sponges for a while, but I think just everybody's skin is different. And for like, I have a lot of pores around my nose. Using a sponge kind of helps become invisible. I'm just really lightly pressing this in, and I'm not like over pressing it in. Like, that's it. It looks a little crazy. That's all I'm gonna do though, because I'm gonna show you how I mitigate that in a minute. But I do like this whole idea of like concealing my eyelid. It has helped. I don't over conceal like any blemishes anymore. I used to, and then it would be really weighted down and obvious to me. I don't do that anymore, and I'm proud of myself for it. I am gonna use a little powder. I do put powder here to set this, but just very minimal. Mine is, it's a pressed powder, but mine is not pressed anymore because I've dropped it. That's why I'm not a makeup influencer, because I drop my powders. Where's my brush? I have the little itty bitty powder brush, but I love it. Basically have so many new things that I've been playing with, but it has been fun, I will say. So I'm just gonna do this. That's it. That's it for the powder. Nowhere else. Nowhere else, because otherwise it will look cakey on me. We're gonna bronze. One thing I've loved about doing the ice, like face plunges every morning, which I know is crazy. I know that makes me super crazy, but I saw this girl doing it on TikTok. And when I thought, originally our wedding was supposed to be this November, and when I thought it was gonna be November, I was like, I gotta get on this. I gotta get my skin, I gotta figure out these like techniques and see if they work for me, kind of a thing. And I did that for a couple days, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Then our wedding got moved, and then I was like, I'm never stopping this. I find, because I get up so early and my face is so puffy, when I put makeup on and my face is still super puffy, throughout the day, my face, it morphs and my makeup shifts into different places and it looks horrible. Like, that's a personal opinion, but I'm like, by the end of the day, I look so tired because it's all everywhere. And I've been noticing with this, because it depuffs my face so much, so quickly. I mean, I know I'm putting a lot of stuff on to help it stay put at the same time, but I'm telling you, like, without it, like the other day I went to my dress fitting and I hated the way I looked in the pictures. I look really dark right now. Okay, wait, I couldn't find my other bronzer. This is the darker one. I look too dark. Oh, we're glistening today. We're in our summer best. Oh, I look too dark. I realized I look dark because there's a bougainvillea plant out here that is shining more pink onto my face, so doing my makeup right here was probably a bad idea, because I went to the bathroom and I was like, no, I'm good. But next, Just gonna add a little bit more. I think I'm gonna do the Ilia. This is my favorite blush. I just have decided. I love it so much. I alternate between this, the Ladybird color in the Ilia, like this is like the multi-purpose stick or whatever, versus the Beverly Hills shade of the Merit cream blush. I love them both so much, but I think I'm gonna do the Ilia because I do notice this one's a little bit more creamy. The Ilia one, I don't know, I just think because it's not quite as creamy, it doesn't melt off, like especially when it's hot. Sorry if we're shaking. Sasha's deciding to take a shower. Stop it. Stop. Ma'am, I'm trying to film and you're shaking the camera. People are gonna get dizzy. Okay, we're not playing right now. Yeah, go over there. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Can we talk about how cats understand you? She understands what we're asking. Like we'll say, are you hungry? And she'll like say, meow, and she'll go to her food. She's amazing. We love her. Anyways, I'm gonna just do a little bit of this. And I saw this video yesterday and I was like, I have to try this. I'm not gonna bring it down here because I feel like if you want your face to look a little bit like more snatched, I guess is the way to say it. What am I saying? I don't talk like this. Just adds a little something, just a something. And it's very quick. And I always blend into my hairline because I'm not crazy. But I love that you can flip this brush around because then this like helps blend so much of that. It doesn't like, you can't 100% tell I put blush on, but I think I like what we've come up with. I might add a little more, we'll see. This is always something I take with me to like do touch-ups. Literally, this is my makeup pouch that I take to work, like if I need to touch anything up. So it has, this is the Ilia stick I was talking about. I'll bring this to touch up if I need to touch up anything here, like a blemish. And then I bring my eyeliner, which I'm gonna put on in a minute. This brush goes in here and that's it. That's all I take. Pretty cool. And then like lip stuff, which I don't even have any of that here because it's in my bag. Don't hop over there. Hop over here, ma'am. Please, thank you. You couldn't hear that, but I just got a very audible sigh from my cat. Sasha, we're having a moment. Okay, she's like pissed at me. I'm gonna just fluff my eyebrows with this. I just used the e.l.f. laminating gel. My eyebrows are such a wonky shape. They're very straight. I guess that's the best way to put it. So I kind of like to give them a little more shape. I learned this fun hack. I learned it from a YouTuber, Mikhail Jancy, but I don't know where she learned it. I think she saw it somewhere. She said she did so in one of her videos. She was like, you should try this because it works for eyebrows. But basically, you put the gel in, you let it dry, and then you add, like I'll go in with my little, I use the Rare Beauty brow pencil, and I'll go in, it's kind of a gel like color, and I'll go in and add the color after. But it actually really works for my eyebrows because they are like heavier here, but then they kind of get really sparse on the ends. And so I've set the hairs where they need to be, and it just works for me. So that's been fun. I just took the bronzer up into my eye as my eyeshadow, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I've been doing, because again, it takes no time. Sometimes I find myself spending way too much time on my eyes when really I don't need to. Something I wanna try today, I haven't done this I have not used an eyelash primer in probably a year, but I just got this one because it came in a pack from TikTok shop with my tubing mascara, and I was like, you know what? Let's get back on the primer in life and see if I like it. So since it was like essentially free because it's like buy one get this, I only put mascara on my top lashes. There's two reasons why. One, because otherwise I'll look like a raccoon by the end of the day with just smudging under my eyes. Two, I have very sensitive eyes, and in the summertime and springtime especially, when there's a lot more like pollen and the weather affects them, like whatever, my eyes get so itchy, and so I have to be very careful with even how far down I go on my like eyelash line. I think I'll do mascara and then I'll put my eyeliner on. I've been using this Longwear Wonder Skin brown eyeliner, and I just do the corners. Sometimes I'll pull it out into like a cat eye. I'm not feeling that today, but sometimes I will. And then if I do that, I have my little angular brush that I'll just quickly like define it, because this is a gel. Really trying to be a good girl and not buy things, like especially it's hard to do with makeup because you see something, you're like, I want to try this like tomorrow. but I'm trying to not need that instant gratification. There's so many reasons why I'm trying to not just buy it because I just saw it, or even because it's on sale, because sometimes like that'll get me, but then, and that's, you know, better, but it's still like, do I need it right now? All right, where are we at? We just have eyeliner and then we're done. This may not work for you. I always say that in any videos I'm doing when it comes to like a routine, because we all need different things, but I do find that this has been one that I'm like, it lasts all day. It takes me minimal time, like minimal effort kind of a thing. It's good for my skin, which that's part of why I want to switch certain things out, because not that this is horrible for your skin, but I do know, like, I've been trying to slowly but surely, like, I'm getting more Kosas, I'm getting more Ilia. All the Primally Pure skincare products have been in my routine for a long time, but just things like that where I'm trying to, you know, put more of those non-toxic things on my skin that have limited ingredients and all of that. Really love to know if you like this kind of a video, like how-to style video. What do you want to see more how-tos on? If there's anything I've showed you that you're like, I want to see how you do this, or what this is like for you in your daily routines, or whatever. It could be SLP related, could be something else related, but I would love to share more. I think I'll do a nighttime, like evening routine with you one of these days. Then for lips, I will quickly, sometimes I don't even do this, but I love this Merit lip liner. It's the, what color is this one? Coupe. Yeah. It's a sheer lip liner, and honestly, it's like lipstick, but it glides on, and it's Merit, non-toxic, very, like I will do this in the car, because I don't do my lips when I'm leaving the house and stuff, because I'm like drinking my smoothie on the way to work and all this stuff, but I'll quickly do this like right before I walk into work, and I just do that and kind of smudge it, not too much, we'll just like pat. I go between the Merit lip oil in Sangria or the Taupe Merit lip oil, which I think right now, so this one I like actually when I don't have any color on my lips, because this one like gives a quick, if you just do a little bit of it, I won't put a whole lot on, I'll just do my bottom lip, go like this, and then just kind of with my fingers go in and pat like I did with the liner. But it gives very, for me, it's very close to like what my natural lip would be if it was just more pigmented, as far as the skin or the color tone, I guess you could say. This one just adds for my lip a little bit more. It doesn't really enhance anything. It just gives it more of like a gloss. Actually, that did a lot. Now we're officially done and I can officially say goodbye to you. I'm excited to see you and what we have coming, but I'm trying to include more than just vlogs on this channel, more like in-depth things. So you let me know what you would like me to film, and then I will do that. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. All right, bye.